Welcome to the 2021 ECM conference, which is focused on lottery automation this time. My name is Kelly Green, and I'm the Chief Strategy Officer at FileSolve. And we're very proud of our history with the ECM conference. In 2003, we hosted the first imaging technology show at Lowe's Motor Speedway with 35 people. And we thought that was a great turnout. In 2015, the conference transitioned and became the ECM conference. And we moved over to the National Whitewater Center venue, which was a great, exciting location. There are pictures on the ECM conference website if you'd like to go see those. In 2019, we had two events with about 100 people each. So we grew a great deal over that time period. And along with everyone else, 2020 threw the ECM conference a curveball. We were very apprehensive about the transition to virtual because we had depended on those great locations to draw people in. But we ended up having 350 people registering across the nation. So it was a great experience for everyone. The virtual nature of the conference now affords us the opportunity and allows us to host more conferences, more events, focus on specific industries, which leads us to the Lottery Automation Conference. Traditionally, we have a number of vendors present throughout the day, and but today, since we're focused on lottery automation, we're going to have just Highland Software and FileSolve presenting. If you want to get access to these other vendors, please let me know and I can facilitate that. Just a little bit of logistics. The audio and video will be turned off for the attendees. But if you have questions, please submit those in the Q&A and we'll answer those at the end of the session or follow up with you after the conference if we run out of time. I'm really excited about the agenda today. We're going to cover 6 areas of lottery automation. The sessions will start and end at the top and bottom of each hour, and they'll have a break in between. The agenda is available in your confirmation email, as well as on the ecmconference.com website. I'm also excited about our presenters. They're very talented and experienced in this area. Mike and Carlos will be alternating presenting in the first 5 sessions, and then Shannon will be presenting at the last session. Dan will monitor the Q&A for questions, and then Alicia and I will be available to assist in answering if necessary. So let's jump into lottery automation and what that means. While most core lottery systems are focused on the business of the lottery, which is the player, there are several tasks and processes required to manage the relationship with the retailer. These processes seem to be independent and somewhat unrelated, but they do have that common thread of the retailer. To address these processes, many lottery organizations have assembled an assortment of disconnected technologies to manage these processes. While the approach is effective, it comes with the challenges: lack of visibility, it's labor intensive, and they can have duplicate labor and data. It's a slow moving process. It can be cumbersome for the retailer, and compliance and audits are challenging. And these challenges are evident when you look at the events at a high level. And then if the events are managed by disconnected technologies such as paper and PDF files, spreadsheets and emails, shared drives and tickler files. So what lottery automation does is organize those and integrate the processes in a single platform so that we can implement the lottery automation strategy, which is to capture transactions as early as possible in the process, classifying electronically, automatically routing based on that classification, assigning and performing tasks by the appropriate people, gaining the necessary approvals, and then all along the way, gathering the associated data. This approach provides the ability to implement a reporting dashboard to surface the status of a transaction at any point. Lottery automation organizes these processes for an end-to-end view of the retailer relationship. Full automation provides immediate access and visibility to that retailer status. So how do we do that? The retailer lifecycle addresses the people and processes that are not covered in traditional systems and brings it together with a configurable solution customized to fit a specific lottery process or a specific lottery itself. So first we have the retailer, and then we have the core systems, and then we have gaps between those two. And so those gaps are the processes that are necessary, the retailer application, the adjustments, the communications that need to go out, the contract lifecycle, and the site assessments. Then comes the users. So the internal user is that person, the business user that is doing the work, doing the research, and then the management user who is looking at the big picture. Then we have the field rep that is interacting with that retailer. And then we have vendor partners, which has a little bit different impact on the organization than the retailer. How do we bring these together? We have a platform that we implement that has a workflow approval management that automates the application process, the investigations, the adjustments, the claims, and the retailer operations. And we call that our retail lifecycle management system. And it communicates among the users, those processes, and where appropriate communicates with the core systems. So once it's automated, the processes are integrated, sharing data across applications, reducing labor, and increasing visibility. So for those challenges that we discussed earlier, we now have solutions. The dashboard with end-to-end visibility, workflow for automating the manual tasks, integrated systems for sharing and eliminating duplicate data, automated routing, so we're getting it to the right person at the right time, and then a simplified process for that retailer, and then continuous audit ready status for the entire organization. And then wanted to give you a little bit of a example of a dashboard. Dashboard spans the entire system, so they are configurable to provide a view of the data that is based on that specific user's view. So you can configure this based on what type of user and what data you're looking at. And wanted to share with you just a few of the data that as examples that can be visualized in a lottery automation dashboard. So now that we have automated our systems, we want to look at the benefits. So what are the benefits of doing this? The first is time savings. Processes that used to take weeks now take hours. Then you'll have immediate access to transactions and documents. So you can answer a request without taking an action item. So if somebody calls and requests the status of an application, you can look it up. But it's also going to have sent notifications as their application process status changes. And then workload leveling. Who needs work and who's ready for work, who is out. So those people who are on vacation don't need to be assigned work. Then eliminating the bottlenecks and black holes, such as documents sitting on somebody's desk and we don't know where it is, or an email goes back and you never hear back. We can eliminate those bottlenecks. And then productivity measure. How long does it take you to process an exception claim or an adjustment or an application. And then you can make management decisions based on that. And of course, again, it's continuously audit ready. So we're going to move through this retailer life cycle today in 6 sessions. The applications, then contracts, then adjustments, then operations, then exception claims, and public records management requests. The first session is with Carlos, and that session is going to address the application. And this session will demonstrate capturing the transaction as early as possible in the process to simplify the process, and then we can capture the required fields, the documents, route it for preliminary approvals, and then facilitate the investigations, background checks, manage those communications with the retailer, and automate site assessments. And then the great thing is when that application is approved, we can move it directly into the contract lifecycle. So I'm going to transition it over to Carlos.